The newest season of Fortnite is kinda mid. The current season that we're in right now is Chapter 5 Season 3, which has been titled Wrecked. And I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you either agree with me and you want to see my points on this topic, or you completely disagree, you hate me already, and you've just clicked on this video to dislike it. If I called you out a little bit there, at least give me a shot here to at least explain my ideas. Because I don't want to make anyone mad by making this video. I just thought it'd be an interesting topic to discuss, because Fortnite in a lot of people's eyes has been sort of dwindling recently. It hasn't been reaching the level of success it was back in 2018, 2019, even 2020 due to lockdowns, which I think is pretty fair. Most games, fan bases and player bases usually drop off a little bit, especially when the games are sort of close to being out for nearly 10 years, which is pretty crazy to think about. So if you do enjoy the video at any point, guys, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. And before we do fully get into it, I just want to say that I am actually sick right now, so if my voice sounds weird or annoying in any way, it doesn't normally sound like this. I do apologize, but I should be alright for the next video. I hope you all enjoy. Let's get into it. People that have seen my previous Fortnite videos would know that usually in these types of videos, I like to bring up the player count / player based numbers. Even if it's just for like 20 seconds to discuss it. Fortnite's player count at the moment is pretty solid, I would say. Fortnite has had it a lot worse in the past. They've obviously had way more players, but as of Chapter 5 Season 3, it isn't that awful. I'm hoping I can find the exact numbers, but if I can't, I'll just show it for Chapter 5 as a whole, or what it's been like daily. As we can see, whatever footage I've been able to find here to prove this, Fortnite's always been pretty popular. Even when people claim that it is dying, it definitely has been in a dying state in some points. I would say that as of now, it is a pretty alive game, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's great. And the next thing I want to talk about, and this is going to be a very subjective point here, is the recent collaborations. So Fortnite's been doing a lot of collaborations, especially in Chapter 5. Now, yes, we did have a full Marvel season back in Chapter 3, and we've had a lot of DC skins, we've had a lot of Icon skins, full sets released. But are they all good? Because, as I said, this is a very subjective thing. To me, I feel like a lot of things that they release as full-on collaborations, like they have their own battle pass, multiple skin variants, a lot of them aren't very good. For example, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, the Solid Snake collaboration, I personally hated. I'm not a big fan of the character. I have nothing against the character. And again, I'm going to annoy some people here, but everyone that uses that skin is a sweat. You can't convince me anything else. They're always so incredibly annoying and try so hard. But anyways, right, that's a little beside the point. I feel like the Ninja Turtle one that they did in that same season was actually pretty cool. And I feel like the festival passes that they've been doing recently are also pretty cool. It's a fun way on how to get artists into this game, which I know a lot of people were sort of excited about and still are. So I think that that's definitely something they should keep going with, and it's something that is pretty cool, I think. But collaborations as a whole for me, especially ones to do with like superheroes, haven't been that great. Now, as far as I'm aware, because I've been playing this game a bit, but I haven't really been focusing on it as much recently, there hasn't really been like a big collaboration in Chapter 5 Season 3, but I'm sure there'll be a big collaboration soon, probably the day after I put this video out with my luck. But one thing that we definitely have to talk about is the community, because this game doesn't have the best rap when it comes to the community that plays the game. Fortnite is accessible to almost every age demographics, and with that many people playing, as we know, toxicity is pretty common. I would say that Fortnite's probably the most toxic game that I have installed, aside from maybe GTA Online. I feel like this game is really toxic just because there's so many people, and this isn't everyone, right? And I think that all of us have some toxic traits in this game. Like me, I don't think I'm toxic when I play this game, but if someone really annoys me, I do usually emote on them. But the thing is, that's a built-in part of this game. There are literally emotes to use to taunt someone that you killed them, right? And whether Epic meant for this or not, maybe there was just meant to be a fun little mechanic and then people took it in a toxic way. I mean, to be fair, they did add the L emote, which definitely doesn't really seem like a nice thing to do. So overall, this game has a lot of toxic traits. Obviously, it's up to the player what they do. But this game can be very infuriating, and I think the toxicity is definitely a part of that. But obviously, you clicked on this video for me to tell you why this season kind of sucks. And I haven't really done that so far. I've just sort of been talking about where the game's at. But as of now, I think that this isn't one of the worst seasons, right? I'm not saying that this season sucks, it's the worst, because it does have some positive traits, and I do think I should talk about them before I sort of shit on the game, because there are good things, right? I do still think that at its core, Fortnite's a very fun game. I also really think that this game's great for constant updates. Like, they add new stuff every week. And of course, they make new battle passes, new quests, all that stuff every season. They add a whole bunch of collaborations, even though I don't think some of them are great. Some of them are pretty good. But Fortnite this season, in my opinion, has taken a bit of a turn for the worse. And that's really down to one thing, and that's the cars. Cars in previous seasons were fine. You'd hop in them. Some of them had a boost. Some of them were four-seaters. And you'd hop in, just drive around the map, fill up, at a gas station, and then keep going. But this season, they've added like grenade launchers and turrets to them. And in my opinion, this mode, or this addition, really just negates the purpose of Zero Build. Because in Zero Build, at least to me, this is probably because I suck at Zero Build, but in Zero Build, you cannot win if you don't have a car. Because once someone equips any type of weapon on that car, you can't do anything about it aside from run, and if you hide behind a tree or a rock, they're just going to destroy it. So you really can't outrun a car with a gun on it. And again, Zero Build, you have nothing to defend yourself, which is why I prefer Battle Royale anyway. But I've completely avoided Zero Build this season, aside from the first sort of week of this season, and I played Zero Build. And yeah, I'm pretty arse at this game. I don't really hide that, but it sucked so much ass. It was awful, right? It was not fun, and I literally could not do anything. But then as soon as I went into Battle Royale, not saying I, started winning or anything, because as I said, not very good at this game, but I wasn't dying, like as soon as I landed, because some bastard got in a car and then just ran me over, and then as I'm trying to like run away, I just get shot. Which, again, another controversial opinion coming up here. I'm personally someone that doesn't really like Zero Build, because what makes Fortnite unique is the building element. And I know a lot of people watching this will disagree, and I understand that. But to me, Fortnite is Fortnite because of the building. So I feel like Zero Build will sort of lose players here. Again, I know I suck at this game, so a lot of you guys might not think it's that bad. But I think these cars are just too strong. That's ultimately what it is. I do think that maybe to help this out, because I feel like it's sort of unfair to critique it but then not give a way to fix it. Obviously, whatever I say isn't going to impact what they do over at Epic Games, but I feel like one way that would help this out is either to make the car's armor a lot lower, so make it so that maybe 10 shots, I know this is really hard to sort of measure out, but just say that if you're right in front of the car and you shoot it like 10 times with your shotgun, I feel like it should blow up. And then with like an AR, I don't really know. I'm not a gun person. I don't know how many shots would be like considered a lot, but just enough to, I'd say half, like the amount that it takes now to blow up a car, make it like half of that. Because again, you can't do anything if you're not in a car. And I feel like if it's a car versus car scenario, this video sort of turned more into like a discussion/rant. I know these suggestions obviously aren't going to make any difference. Like barely anyone's going to see this video, unfortunately. But I really, really appreciate you if you are still here watching this video. I'm really curious what you think. And as usual, like and subscribe if you do enjoy. It really helps me out. But again, thank you for watching this video. I do really, really appreciate it. But to be fair, before we end off the video, I just want to say, although I think this season isn't very good, I think that if they added some changes to the cars, because I feel like that is the main issue, and it's probably the biggest sort of new addition to this season. If they fix the cars, I actually think this season would be like a 7 out of 10 maybe. As of now, I do actually think it's like a 5. It's not boring, but it's just a little unfair, a bit unbalanced at the moment, but they're pretty good at fixing that. So if you love the cars this season, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you're enjoying the game, but I hope that they add some type of change that will make the game a little bit more balanced. I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone, and I hope you have a great day.